Hello everyone. Yesterday I had shared my review on the CMPDL IPO, and while doing this review, I found out that 100% of the proceeds of this IPO are going to be given to the Coal India, which is the parent company. So then I thought, if I'm interested in investing in the coal story, why should I buy the IPO of CMPDL, and why should I not directly buy the shares of Coal India, which are already listed? And that's why I did some analysis, and today I wanted to share the outcome of my analysis with all of you so that you can also understand what are the differences between these two companies and which of these companies make a better investment for the long term as of this point of time. So in this presentation, I'm going to take you through, first of all, what is the difference in business model of CMPDL and Coal India? How do they compare in terms of various financial metrics, whether it comes to revenue growth or whether it comes to margins that they command at the moment? Then I'm also going to look at risk factors, revenue visibility for the future, and also I will take a look at the valuation they are trading at the moment. So I will take the IPO valuation of CMPDL and take it against the Coal India valuations as of the moment in the market. And finally, I'm going to share the summary of each of these companies side by side, and then the verdict on which of these two is the clear winner in terms of investment potential at this point of time. So, first of all, talking about the company model, talking first about CMPDL, this is basically the brain of the operation. So, this is actually a consultancy company which provides the consultancy to companies like Coal India to help them design their mines in the most efficient and sustainable manner. They have the data and the know-how that is required to basically design and locate those mines in the most strategic manner, which can act as uh, enabler for companies like Coal India to maximize their throughput from these mines. This company is also very asset light, so they don't require a lot of capital investment for their operations, as well as they can easily pivot to other minerals if the need arises. On the other hand, if you look at Coal India is basically operations heavy, capital intensive activity with regards to extraction of mining, production, and distribution of coal. So they are very capital intensive and also infrastructure intensive. So they require a lot of land acquisition, capital investment before they can actually start their operations. So the verdict I have on this parameter is in favor of CMPDL simply because they are asset light and they can basically leverage their large amount of data and knowledge and know-how to pivot into different minerals if the need arises in the future. Now coming to the competitive advantage of each of these companies, talking first about CMPDL, they have actually 50 years of geological data which they have collected over the years working for Coal India and other government-based companies in the field of coal mining. And they have 61% market share in the mining consultancy business within India. And they are basically the nodal agency for Government of India research and development. So they are a key player of the government ecosystem in terms of mining activities within India. On the other hand, Coal India is the largest coal miner, not only in India but also globally. And they are a critical part of the energy security within India. They also have a massive land bank and massive operations, and they have massive, share of market for coal distribution within India. I think they have close to more than 81% market share. So they are also quite heavily established, and the entry barrier to this industry is also very high because acquisition of land for coal mining is very difficult in India. And if Coal India already has that land bank, I think it gives them a clear advantage here. So comparing these two companies head to head, I believe that in terms of companies that can grow faster in the future, I believe CMPDL has the advantage here because they have massive amounts of data which they have collected over 50 years, and it is very difficult or impossible, next to impossible, for a private player to come into this industry and generate that kind of data, experience, and know-how in a very short span of time. So that's why CMPDL takes the advantage on this parameter. Now, looking at the revenue growth of these two companies from the period financial year 23 to financial year 25, the CMPDL has grown their revenues from around 1,300 crores in financial year 23 to around 2,100 crores in the end of financial year 25, which is an impressive CAGR growth of 23.2%. On the other hand, Coal India has grown more modestly, where they have grown their revenues from 1.38 lakh crores in financial year 23 to 1.43 lakh crores in financial year 25, which is a CAGR growth of only 1.8% in the same time frame. So, looking at the revenue velocity between both these companies, the clear winner is CMPDL because they have been growing much faster as compared to Coal India. Then comparing these two companies on their operating margins as well as PAT margins, Here as well, CMPDL is the winner because they have a very high operating margin of 42% compared to Coal India, which is having a margin of 32.8%. Even in the PAT margin, CMPDL is leading with 31%, whereas Coal India is 25%. And also, this makes sense because CMPDL is asset light and they actually command higher margins simply because they have very low input costs. And that's why the verdict is in favor of CMPDL on this parameter because they have the brain power, they have the consultancy based revenues, which require very less input costs. So that's why they have the clear edge over Coal India. Now, looking at the risk factors between these two companies, talking first about CMPDL, their major risk is that 93% of their revenue is concentrated between the top 10 clients. And they have very heavy reliance on Coal India because I think around 61% of revenues come from Coal India itself. So that's why they have a very high, revenue dependency on these top 10 clients. And if they get any loss of business from Coal India or delay in projects by Coal India, this can impact their revenues significantly. Then the other part is that there is a shift towards renewable energy consultancy needs. So this can also decrease the demand for coal consultancy needs. So that's why if they have to grow further without this risk of dependency on coal, they need to diversify at a very fast pace into other minerals so that the risk with regards to the coal dependency can get reduced. On the other side, talking about Coal India, they have the highest risk in terms of the regulatory pressure for the environment. So it is very difficult in India to get access to land for mining activity, and this is getting more and more difficult in the future. Then the second part is that there is also energy transition which is happening in favor of renewable energy. This is also going to reduce the amount of coal-based energy sources. So this is also one of the factors that is going to impact Coal India over the long term. So the verdict on this parameter I have is in favor of CMPDL simply because on the one hand they are facing the risk of decreasing projects from companies like Coal India, but the other factor is that if they diversify as they have already started diversifying into other minerals, this creates a massive opportunities because they have the knowledge, they have the know-how, so they can use that data and leverage it for other minerals as well. Now, talking about the revenue visibility and pipeline over the longer term, here talking first about CMPDL, they have actually already got the work order for 50 upcoming CIL mines. So this is already giving them a good revenue visibility for the future. Plus, they are also expanding into other critical minerals like lithium and rare earths, which gives them the visibility of a multi-year consultancy contract because this is very important for India because it's now becoming more of a strategic option for the country. So this provides them a good revenue visibility over the medium to long term. Talking about Coal India, they have a very high production target of 1 billion tons of coal production by financial year 27. And they also have fuel supply agreements which are very long term in nature. So that's why they have long term demand secured. And they also have price escalation clauses in these contracts. So that means that their long term revenue is secured as well as the periodic increases in the revenues that they can get as per the same contract is also secured. So that's why both of these companies have stable revenue sources. But in terms of CMPDL, they have this additional advantage that they are also looking into other critical minerals like lithium and rare earths. So that gives them an advantage that if the country is prioritizing these strategic minerals, they can get more work in this area as well. Now, talking about the valuation of these two companies side by side, at the upper price band of CMPDL, they are priced at 172 rupees per share. This comes at a PE ratio of 21.6 times their earning post listing. Now compare this to peers like Rights, which is at 25 times as per the RHP which was provided by this company. This is quite attractively priced. And also, if you consider their growth of revenue between 20 to 23% over the last few years, this gives them a better growth adjusted PE, right? Now, talking about Coal India, they are trading at a very low PE of around 8 to 10 times their earnings. This is quite normal, which is basically the case for commodity companies. And comparing these two companies, it seems that Coal India is lower in valuation. But if you bring in the growth perspective, CMPDL is actually cheaper because CMPDL is growing at 23 CAGR, whereas Coal India is growing at 1.8 times percentage CAGR. So if you look at that growth, the P ratio of 21.6 is very attractive. So that's why the winner for me is in favor of CMPDL as well. Now coming to the summary comparison of these two companies side by side, looking first at growth potential, CMPDL is the clear winner because they have a CAGR revenue growth of more than 23%, whereas Coal India has a CAGR of 1.8%. Profitability and margin, we also saw that CMPDL commands higher margin as compared to Coal India because they are into the consultancy business, which is asset light, and also the input cost with regards to their revenue generation is also very low. Asset efficiency is also very high for CMPTL because they have an asset light model, whereas Coal India is not asset efficient because they require a lot of capital assets in order to generate revenue. In terms of dividend yield, CMPDL is likely to give out less dividend as compared to Coal India, simply because they are more growth oriented, whereas Coal India is a very good dividend payer. So Coal India gets those points in its favor in terms of dividend yield. Looking at the risk profile of these two companies, CMPDL is less risky as compared to Coal India because even though they are impacted by the long-term energy transition away from coal, but they are also creating opportunities for themselves by diversifying into new minerals and rare earths. So this gives them an edge in this parameter. So in terms of the total points, CMPDL has received 19 points out of 25, and Coal India has received 14 points out of 25. So the final verdict I have is that if you are interested in coal industry and if you believe that the future of coal is actually pretty good in India for the short to medium term, I think CMPDIL is a better option as compared to investing directly in the shares of Coal India. Now, please don't take it as a personal advice for yourself. Please do your own research and also consult your own financial advisor before you make a decision. And also consider the risk that is involved in when you invest in CMPDL because first of all, they have a very high client concentration risk as more than 60% of their revenues come from Coal India. And any delay in business from Coal India or any delay in projects by Coal India can significantly impact its revenue. And they also have a very high dependency on the government priorities because if government prioritizes rare earths and coal as a priority, then they can get more business. But if government focuses its attention to other areas, then this can significantly reduce the number of projects this company is going to receive, and hence their revenue visibility is going to decrease. So please consider these risks as well before you take a decision. So that was all from my side for today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment box below. Thank you for watching.